Have you ever woken up, your joints stiff and aching, wondering if this is just how life will be from now on? Picture this. A man named Robert, 73 years young, who couldn't even pick up his own grandchild last Christmas because of pain. The family gathered, presents under the tree, and little Emma, just 4 years old, ran up to her grandpa with arms outstretched. But instead of the warm embrace she expected, Robert had to shake his head and say, "I'm sorry, sweetheart. Grandpa's back hurts too much today." That moment broke his heart, and it might sound familiar to you too. Here's the shocking truth. According to recent studies, nearly 70% of seniors over 70 accept declining health as just part of aging, when it doesn't have to be that way at all. Many give up on the activities they love, believing their best days are behind them. But what if I told you that some of the healthiest, most vibrant people I know are well into their 80s and even 90s? People who still garden, dance, travel, and yes, pick up their grandchildren with ease. The difference? 7 simple daily rituals that take just minutes but transform your health in profound ways. Stay with me until the end, because the 7th ritual is something almost no doctor will tell you about Moss. Yet it could be the most powerful game changer for your golden years. And it takes less than 60 seconds a day. Ritual number 1, morning sunlight exposure. Have you noticed how much harder it is to get a good night's sleep as you've gotten older? Tossing and turning until 3 a.m., then feeling exhausted all day. It's not just annoying, it's dangerous. My friend Eleanor, a retired school teacher who just turned 75, struggled with this for years. I would lie awake for hours, my mind racing. Then I'd be so tired during the day that I started turning down lunch invitations. I was becoming isolated, she told me, her voice heavy with sadness. What Eleanor didn't realize was that her body's internal clock, what scientists call your circadian rhythm, was completely out of sync. As we age, our eyes actually let in less light, especially the special morning light that tells our brain when to be awake and when to sleep. Without this signal, your body gets confused, leading to poor sleep, low energy, and even increased risk of depression and memory problems. The simple solution? Step outside within 30 minutes of waking up and get 10-15 minutes of natural morning sunlight on your face and eyes without sunglasses. Eleanor was skeptical at first. How could something so simple make a difference? But within just 1 week of her new morning ritual, she noticed she was falling asleep faster and waking up feeling refreshed. The science is clear. Morning sunlight exposure triggers your brain to produce serotonin, the feel-good hormone, and helps regulate melatonin, the sleep hormone, later in the day. This not only improves your sleep, but also boosts your mood and energy levels. And here's another benefit. Eleanor didn't expect her digestion improved too. That morning light helps set your digestive rhythm for the day, making everything work more smoothly. This ritual costs nothing, requires no special equipment, and takes just minutes. You can enjoy your morning coffee on the porch, water a few plants, or simply sit by a sunny window if the weather is bad. Have you noticed changes in your sleep as you've gotten older? Tell me about your experience in the comments. And if you try this ritual, let me know how it works for you. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you are here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Ritual number 2, the 3-minute joint mobility routine. Use it or lose it. We've all heard that saying, but nowhere is it more true than with our joints after 70. The stiffness, the creaking, the pain that seems to get worse each year, it can make even the simplest tasks feel impossible. Think about Harold, a 78-year-old former construction worker I met at a community center. His hands had become so stiff he couldn't even button his own shirt anymore. The worst part, he confided, his eyes downcast, was when I couldn't open a jar of applesauce for my great-grandson. He looked at me like I was helpless. I felt useless. What Harold didn't realize is that our joints need movement to stay healthy. Inside each joint is synovial fluid. Think of it as nature's WD-40 for your body. This special fluid brings nutrients to your cartilage and keeps everything moving smoothly. But here's the catch, this fluid only circulates when you move your joints through their full range of motion. As we age, we tend to use a smaller and smaller range of movement in our daily activities. Eventually, the unused areas stiffen up, and that precious fluid can't do its job. The solution is beautifully simple: a 3-minute joint mobility routine each morning. Harold was hesitant at first. At my age, won't that hurt more? But the key is gentle, pain-free movement that gradually increases your range of motion. Start with your fingers, open and close your hands. Then make circles with each thumb. Move to your wrists, then elbows, shoulders, neck, spine, hips, knees, and ankles. Just 15-20 seconds per joint, moving slowly and gently in circles or back and forth. After just 2 weeks of this simple ritual, Harold noticed something remarkable. He could button his shirt again. After a month, opening jars wasn't a struggle anymore. "My great-grandson saw me open that applesauce jar without any trouble," Harold told me, his voice full of pride. The look on his face was worth everything. This ritual requires no equipment, can be done sitting in a chair, and takes just 3 minutes of your day. Yet the impact on your independence and quality of life can be enormous. Have you noticed certain movements becoming harder as you've aged? Which joints give you the most trouble? Share your experience in the comments below. Ritual number 3, the protein-first approach. Do you find yourself feeling weak, with muscles that seem to be disappearing no matter what you do? You're not imagining things. After 70, our bodies go through a process called sarcopenia, the natural loss of muscle mass that accelerates with age. Left unchecked, it leads to frailty, falls, and loss of independence. Dorothy, a 76-year-old grandmother of 5, experienced this firsthand. "I used to be so strong," she told me, her voice tinged with frustration. "I could carry all my groceries, work in my garden for hours. But lately, I need help with everything. Last month, I couldn't even lift my suitcase into the car to visit my daughter." What Dorothy didn't know is that after 70, our bodies become less efficient at processing protein, the essential building block for maintaining muscle. Research shows seniors need 50% more protein than younger adults, but most eat significantly less. The science is clear: as protein intake decreases, muscle loss accelerates. This creates a dangerous cycle. Less muscle means less strength to prepare nutritious meals, which leads to even less protein consumption and more muscle loss. The solution? A simple protein-first approach to meals. Dorothy was skeptical when I suggested she start each meal by eating the protein portion first before anything else. "Will that really make a difference?" she asked. Within just 6 weeks of prioritizing protein at each meal, eggs at breakfast, tuna at lunch, chicken or beans at dinner, Dorothy noticed her strength returning. After 3 months, she proudly told me she carried her own suitcase on her next family visit. Here's how to implement this ritual. Aim for at least 30 grams of protein at each meal. Visually, that's about the size of a deck of cards for meat or fish, or about 5 eggs. Plant-based options like beans, lentils, and nuts are excellent too. The key is eating this portion first, when your appetite is strongest. For many seniors, large meals can be challenging. If that's true for you, try protein-rich snacks between smaller meals. Greek yogurt, a small protein shake, or a handful of almonds with cheese. The beauty of this ritual is that it doesn't require eating more food, just strategically changing the order in which you eat your meal. Has your strength or muscle tone changed in recent years? Have you found certain strategies that help? Share your experiences in the comments. Ritual number 4, the balanced Trinity. Did you know that 1 in 4 people over 65 falls each year, and that after 70, the consequences of these falls become increasingly serious? It's a frightening statistic that Charles, a 77-year-old retired accountant, knew all too well. "My neighbor Judith fell in her bathroom," he told me, his voice somber. "She was alone for hours before anyone found her. After the hip surgery, she never came home. Went straight to a nursing facility. That could have been me." This fear led Charles to avoid activities he once enjoyed. No more gardening, no more walks in the park. The risk seemed too great. But what he didn't realize was that by limiting his movement out of fear, he was actually making his balance worse. The science explains why balance depends on 3 bodily systems working together: your inner ear vestibular system, your vision, and something called proprioception, your body's awareness of where it is in space. After 70, all three of these systems naturally decline. But the amazing thing, they can all be strengthened with the right exercises. This is where the balanced Trinity ritual comes in. 3 simple exercises that take just 5 minutes a day, targeting each of these crucial systems. For Charles, the transformation was gradual but profound. Starting with simple exercises like standing on one foot while holding onto a counter, then progressing to eyes closed balance practice, and finally to walking heel to toe, his confidence began to return. The first time I could stand on one foot for 30 seconds without holding onto anything, I almost cried, Charles admitted. I felt like I was getting my life back. Here's how to practice the balanced Trinity. Single leg stands 30 seconds on each foot, using a counter or chair for support if needed. Vision challenge. Stand with feet hip-width apart, focus on a point, then slowly turn your head side to side. Heel-to-toe walk. Take 10 steps forward as if walking on a tightrope. The key is consistency. Just 5 minutes every day, ideally after your morning joint mobility routine. As your balance improves, you'll notice everyday activities become easier and your fear of falling diminishes. Have you experienced changes in your balance? Or do you have a story about how a fall affected you or someone you know? Share in the comments below. Your experience might help someone else. Ritual number 5, Friendship 15. When doctors talk about health after 70, they usually focus on diet, exercise, and medical checkups. But they often miss what might be the most powerful predictor of longevity and quality of life, meaningful social connections. Martha, an 81-year-old widow, learned this the hard way. After my husband died, I just withdrew from everything, she explained, her eyes welling up. I turned down invitations, stopped calling friends, didn't seem important anymore. Then one day I realized I hadn't spoken to another human being in almost a week. What Martha was experiencing wasn't just loneliness, it was a serious health risk. Research from Harvard followed older adults for 12 years and made a startling discovery. Seniors with the strongest social ties were 50% more likely to survive the study period than those with weaker connections. In fact, isolation is as dangerous to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. The science is clear. Social isolation increases inflammation in the body, weakens your immune system, and even accelerates cognitive decline. Yet after 70, maintaining friendships often becomes more challenging just when we need them most. This is where the Friendship 15 ritual comes in, setting aside 15 minutes every day to nurture your social connections. For Martha, it started small. I made myself call one person each day, even when I didn't feel like it, she shared. Just a quick check-in, maybe 5 minutes. Then it got easier. Within months, Martha had rebuilt her social network. She joined a book club, reconnected with old friends, and even made new ones. Last week, we had a potluck dinner at my house. 8 people around my table, laughing and sharing stories. I feel like a different person. The Friendship 15 can take many forms. A phone call to a friend or family member, writing a thoughtful card or letter, sending messages to reconnect with old friends, joining a community class or group, volunteering even from home, using video calls to see distant loved ones. The medium doesn't matter as much as the consistency, making social connection a daily priority, just like brushing your teeth or taking medication. Have you noticed changes in your social life as you've gotten older? What challenges have you faced in maintaining friendships? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Ritual number 6, the gratitude sleep connection. Do you ever lie awake at night, your mind racing with worries about health, family, or finances? This kind of stress doesn't just rob you of sleep. It actually accelerates aging at the cellular level. James, a 74-year-old retired teacher, knew this pattern all too well. I would go to bed exhausted, he explained. But as soon as my head hit the pillow, my brain would switch into overdrive. Every ache became cancer. Every financial concern became impending disaster. I'd be up until 3 a.m., then dragged through the next day. It was a miserable cycle. What James was experiencing wasn't just normal aging. Research shows that chronic stress and anxiety trigger the release of cortisol, often called the stress hormone. After 70, our bodies become more sensitive to cortisol, and elevated levels can damage nearly every system in your body, from your heart to your brain to your immune system. Even more concerning, Poor sleep after 70 has been strongly linked to cognitive decline and increased risk of dementia. During deep sleep, your brain clears out harmful proteins that build up during the day. Miss that cleaning cycle regularly, and these proteins can accumulate. The solution lies in a powerful ritual that combines two evidence-based practices, a specific gratitude exercise, followed by deep breathing. James was skeptical at first. How will thinking happy thoughts help me sleep? He wondered. But the science is compelling. Practicing gratitude actually shifts your brain activity from the stress-responsive areas to those associated with positive emotions and relaxation. This creates the perfect mental state for sleep. Here's the ritual James now practices every night. After getting into bed, he identifies 3 specific things from that day he's grateful for. Not just general blessings, but concrete moments. I'm grateful for the robin I saw building a nest this morning, or I'm thankful for the kind cashier who helped me with my groceries. Then he takes 10 slow, deep breaths, focusing only on the sensation of breathing. Within 2 weeks, James noticed he was falling asleep faster. After a month, he rarely experienced those late-night worry sessions. Now I look forward to bedtime, he told me. It's become a peaceful way to end my day. This ritual takes just 5 minutes but can dramatically improve both your sleep quality and overall health. Do you struggle with racing thoughts at bedtime? Have you found strategies that help you sleep better? Share your experience in the comments below. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you are here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Ritual number 7, the 60-second wonder ritual. This last ritual might seem too simple to be effective. You might even dismiss it as common sense, but I promise you it could be the most powerful health practice you ever adopt, especially after 70. Barbara, a vivacious 83-year-old with more energy than many people half her age, credits this ritual with transforming her health. 10 years ago, I was on 7 different medications, she confided. My doctor said I'd probably need to move to assisted living soon. Today, I'm down to just 1 medication, I live independently, and I just got back from a walking tour in Italy. So what's Barbara's secret? A ritual so simple it takes just 60 seconds. Drinking a full glass of water immediately upon waking before anything else. Now I know what you're thinking. Drinking water, that's the miracle ritual? But here's what most people don't realize. After 70, our thirst sensation diminishes dramatically. Many seniors are chronically dehydrated without even knowing it. Studies show up to 40% of elderly patients admitted to hospitals show signs of dehydration. The science is eye-opening. Even mild dehydration reduces cognitive function, decreases energy, impairs kidney function, increases joint pain, and contributes to constipation. All common complaints after 70 that many mistake for normal aging. Barbara's transformation began gradually. The first thing I noticed was more energy, she recalled. Then my joint pain started improving. My doctor was shocked at my blood work, said my kidney function had improved significantly. Eventually, we were able to reduce most of my medications. The ritual is simple but specific. Keep a 12-ounce glass of water by your bedside before going to sleep. As soon as you wake up, before getting out of bed, drink the entire glass, then continue drinking water throughout the day. At least 8 glasses total. For Barbara, this simple practice cascaded into other healthy choices. When I started feeling better, I wanted to move more. When I was moving more, I wanted to eat better. Everything connected. Most importantly, this ritual costs nothing, takes just 60 seconds, and requires no special equipment. Yet it addresses one of the most common and overlooked health issues affecting people over 70. Has dehydration affected you or someone you know? Have you noticed a difference in how you feel when you drink more water? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Your experience could help someone else. As we reach the end of our journey together, I want you to imagine 2 paths stretching out before you. One leads to increasing limitation, dependence, and disability. The path too many accept as inevitable aging. The other leads to vitality, independence, and joy well into your 80s and beyond. The difference between these paths isn't luck or genetics. It's the simple daily rituals we've explored today. Morning sunlight to regulate your sleep and mood. 3-minute joint mobility to maintain independence. Protein-first approach to preserve muscle and strength. Balanced Trinity to prevent life-changing falls. Friendship 15 to nurture life-extending connections. Gratitude sleep connection to reduce aging stress. 60-second hydration ritual to improve overall health. None of these require special equipment. None cost money. None take more than a few minutes. But together, they address the most common issues that rob seniors of their golden years. Remember Robert from the beginning of our talk? The grandfather who couldn't pick up his grandchild? 6 months after adopting these 7 rituals, he not only lifted little Emma, but swung her around while she giggled with delight. That moment, he told me, his voice breaking, was worth everything. I'd love to hear which of these rituals resonated most with you. Which one will you try first? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you found value in today's video, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Each subscription helps us reach more seniors with information that can transform lives. Together, we can redefine what aging looks like in the 21st century. Until next time, remember, your best years may still be ahead of you.